I really don't understand why Instagram has a countdown that doesn't actually count down. But we're live now. Who knows what you heard while we were counting down. 3 products. It's a hot summer day in New York City. Yeah, it's a hot one. That do the right thing weather. Yeah, I'm back. Tyler's here, chilling. We got piles of fabric to sort through, and we got some clothes to drop. So let's dig into it.
It'd be cool.
The fairs? I don't know.
We'd love that.
Let's get into it. We got 3 products. I guess thumbs up if you can hear me. There's Tyler with the tensions.
It's gone.
They're not quite as tense as they used to be. You can now button them too.
Yeah.
All
Those buttons here.
right, 3 products. New Earth Rib Tank, redone. Hopefully perfected. We'll see. There was a lot of work going into this one. I wasn't, I heard stories about it, but I wasn't deeply involved in it. But a lot of stuff was done to perfect this product. This is Willie's legacy. She loved her tanks, and this one is special. This is a Willie special right now, so we'll see how well we can talk about it. We got the New Earth Rib tanks up there. We got the Apaperycotton Boxershorts right here. A lot of love went into this one too. I'm not a boxer short person, so let's see. And then, certainly not least, we got the Injex Tensions, which were completely redone, and I didn't even realize it. This one, another labor of love from Willie. She put a lot of effort in here. A lot has changed, and we're going to have to improvise and figure it out because, this was done a few years ago, and I wasn't deeply involved. In fact, I didn't even know this was happening. But we can dig into it. There's a lot going on here. And tensions. I mean, Tyler's rocking them. They look good. Like on the surface, they look a lot like the old ones. They're only available in olive territory for less than ideal reasons. It's just what fabric we had to do them. And but they look good, and they still have the tendrils that you can tie, or even not tie. Just use the tension alone to keep the pants up. But there are some buttons, like a button set up. I mean, yeah, you can just sort of cross it over without even tying a knot. Yeah, just that and tension it.
Yeah, so some of the things, these are a little bit longer than our other tension products.
Okay, yeah.
Although we've never actually done Injex Tensions.
No, we have. Or no, we haven't.
We haven't done the Injex.
Okay.
But we've done this type of product in other fabrics, like the nihilistic and the future cloth.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the changes from those models to this model is that they worked on this button setup here. So I'm on the tightest setting here, which is quite tight. I would wear a small, or could wear a small. I could also wear a medium in this.
Wait, what are you in right now?
I'm in a small right now.
Yeah.
And so at my tightest setting, it's quite tight. It's also higher up on my waist to accommodate that tightness.
But there's a second set of buttons, so you can do it looser, or you don't have to button them at all.
Yeah, and so then there's another set of buttons here. Button 2.
I'm going to give you the full button here. Let's see the other. Right, so there's the 4 set up, and then.
And so how many? It's like 3 finger space. So
Yeah.
now it's like 2 inches.
Yeah, it looks about 2.5 maybe.
Yeah, so I can loosen it up. It stays up like that. It can stay up with tension. Yeah, so if you needed more space, you could let that go, and it would still stay up with tension. One of the other changes that they did was the zipper was moved over a little bit and added a little bit of more to the leg.
Yeah.
So a little bit more volume there, which gives it a little bit more flow.
Do it without
nice.
buttoning it.
Yeah.
So you can just sort of.
There we go. So yeah, you can just go with tension if you want.
Yeah. And there's a lot of ways you can tie it. Obviously, they're pretty long, so you can tie them double now. I think is probably why it went this long. That's not interesting. I mean, you're putting a knot in there.
Yeah.
But you can wrap it around the back, right? Like you keep it going, tie it in the back. If you want a little tail.
I don't know what other ties you could do. I'm sure you could do all kinds
You
of
can
stuff.
just
You
probably
get
do
very
the
creative.
minimal. Yeah. You can get in the front. You can
Go
tie
on
it
this
up.
side.
Or you could like wrap it around your waist, like, you know, give it a little like up higher, like above, right? You can go up. No, you can go like up into your shirt, right?
Like in
No.
here.
Undo them and just like lace it up, like you're lacing up some sandals, you know, like
What? I don't know.
like
In
some
my
gladiators. Yeah. Just get it like you can visually like bring the tendrils up. So, right? No, not like that. Just untie it unloosen it, right? Now bring it up across your stomach. Yeah, see, you can do that.
So you get very creative. I haven't even thought of this. I can't even conceptualize what Abe's thinking. But
yeah, you just get some
just
vibes.
like that.
Are the waist measurements? I don't know what the waist measurements are.
I don't know either, but it fits a wide range of sizes. I can wear small. I can also wear medium. Extra small was too small on me. I'm regularly a size 30. I'm 163 pounds.
Yeah, so basically, like sizing up works, sizing down isn't recommended from Tyler's experience.
So there's a couple other key things that are different than the past models.
Yeah.
And that is these belt loops
Yeah.
to hold the tendrils.
Yeah.
There's double belt loops in the back here.
Yeah.
Set through.
So Tyler hasn't really undone these tendrils at all. How long are they when you completely undo them? Like unlace them, like get like. Now you can really get creative. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So these tendrils they can keep going. You still got it in a loop. You still got.
Yeah, but if I pull through that, then.
Oh, it's gonna be hard to.
I still want to do that part.
All right.
That's like.
So all right. So yeah, you know you can wear them like suspenders.
A little bit ridiculous, but you could.
Well, if you got the vision, you can pull it off. That's how it works.
Exactly. You got the style. You got the vision. You can do it. Generally, I'd wear it like that.
These have nothing to do with the linears. I don't think there's a linear. The linears are a reference at all. The linears are designed to be straight, right? They're linear. This is like the opposite. These are designed to be a flow.
This is
right.
In terms of a leg fit, the closest product that we might have is the high darts.
High darts. Yeah, but it's probably flowier than the high darts. But maybe the leg opening gets pretty narrow, right?
Yeah,
so
it gets narrow, and then the last change is that these are a little bit longer, so they give you a little bit more flow. So you have a little bit more flow in the leg. They're a little longer, so that you're not cropped. And someone asked about pocketing. It's all self, meaning it's the actual fabric injected.
Yeah.
And that's
there you have it. Injex linears available at 1 o'clock. And then obviously you need to have some boxers under there. Were you wearing the boxers, Tyler? Or?
I'm not wearing the boxers. I actually have a washed pair in my office, and I forgot to bring them over.
All right, so
I can go grab them now.
Let's get into them straight up. They're pretty straightforward. I mean, the key thing that you're not going to see in a lot of boxers is they've got these button at the top, so it opens up the fully opening fly here. Not sure exactly what Willie's vision was there, but I'm not a boxers person. I don't wear them. Apaperycotton is super light, very crispy fabric, right? So it's about 80 GSM if I remember correctly, right? Like the lightest cotton we work with. And then it's got like a finish. I actually just found out Albini doesn't do the finishing themselves. They send it down to Tuscany to a finishing specialist. So Albini's super vertical, but there's certain expertise, that they don't have every expertise in the world. So special finish, dry finish. And what that really does is kind of freeze the fabric open, right? So you get a lot of openness in this fabric. Lightweight, open. And then it's a boxer. It's got the fly. It's got the, the buttons is different. You got the waistband up there. And I don't know if it's appealing to you. Rock it. They're hell of expensive. So who knows? I think they were like $175 or something. I don't know. It's not for me, but maybe it's for you. We experiment, we learn. This is the outlier way. Boxes expected to shrink. I wouldn't expect very much shrinkage.
I can go get my medium. We can.
All right. Tyler, we're gonna figure it out, but I don't think there's a lot of shrinkage on this fabric.
Low.
Yeah. It's basically like gone through a finishing process already. So, and it also has this elastic waistband. So, if there's any shrinkage, pretty minor. All right. You're not wearing the tank either, huh?
Because the medium's on the table.
All right. We're gonna have to get Tyler in the tank. What color is your preference?
Okay.
Medium, black.
Sure.
Black. All right. Let's tank it up. Let's go. Tyler's gonna try that on. I got one on underneath the shirt. You can see. I'll break it down later. But yeah, New Earth rib tank round 2. So we did this in the past, and we ran into a lot of different subtle issues. Right, it was a great product. Here's Tyler in it. It's like a heavy rib, and it's got a nice compressive feeling. Although we loosened it up a bit, so it's like when you buy true to size, you're probably not gonna get a super. It's like a hint of compression. And if you want like that more like compression feeling, emphasize the heaviness, you can size down. And this was scaled up from the original. As originally designed, it was designed to be a little bit tighter, but we found that people were sizing up much more than going true to size. So
so we did sized it up one. We also laid out the chest a tiny bit.
Yeah. And the armhole was adjusted a little bit.
The armhole was lowered.
Yeah. So the armhole, like one of the big things, like that we found a lot of people were having a lot of issues with the armhole kind of cutting into them. And then the last thing, and this is more behind the scenes subtlety, but this is pre-washed. It's not, the garment is not pre-washed. The fabric itself is pre-washed. It's a pain in the ass process because you have to take it off the roll, wash it, and then re-roll it, right? So we very, very rarely do it. But there was a lot of complicated shrinkage, and it was affecting the armhole. Like basically getting a really perfect tank with the shrinkage and like making sure the armhole doesn't flare out is a lot more work than you think. Sometimes the simplest things are the hardest, and this is definitely something we learned from doing these tanks. So the fabric itself is pre-washed. It's a heavyweight rib. Organic cotton. I believe it's Pakistani organic cotton, and then it's knit in Portugal, and these are sewn in New York, and they're in 3 colors, right? We got the black that Tyler's rocking, and then you got the Orca, I believe we call this one, with the black and white, so the black binding, so you can really see how this is constructed. Same rib, but you actually see the rib a lot more on this angle because it's curved, and then the straight up white, the classic, the beater, and then you can see like the other thing. This is really Willie's signature. Like the neck hole is relatively high, and so this is closest to, in terms of the other tanks, we have 4 different tanks going on. So, so this is the rib tank, and it's closest to the tight tank in terms of the other ones, right? So the rib tank and the tight tank are very similar, but the rib is built for the rib, and the tight tank is built for non-ribs. And then we have the loose tank, which is quite different, and we have the raw cut tank, which is really built for the Sunwarp solely, and quite a different cut. So there you have it. Got the black back here. Tyler, what are you trying to? You want trying to like?
I was doing small.
Tyler's gonna do the small to give us some vibe, and but yeah, I forgot the weight exactly, but it's a heavyweight tank, right? It's not your like Hanes light floppy thing. This is a heavyweight tank. It feels compressive. This is Tyler sizing down one, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely feels compressive and tight.
Yeah. Like that's the, if you want that like sucked in feeling, like, then size down one, and you really get it. You get like hints of it when you go true to size, and you can size up too if you want. I guess we can show people.
Yeah.
You want to show an extra small? You think you can fit in an extra small? Let's try the extra small too, and then we'll give people the whole range, and then we'll get to the large. Yes. And then maybe we'll do some color vibes. All right, we got questions while Tyler's trying this on. I'm in the XL here, true to size. Can I take here? I gotta unbutton it, and I can probably do the one-handed drop. Are New Earth cotton tees, particularly the gusseted tee, coming back? No, we ran into too many problems, and with them, like, the rib was a labor of love for Willie. That's why it's come back. She had the passion around these tanks. The t-shirts, we got sick of the problems. So here's me in the XL. I'm not really a tank person, but it is nice as a layering piece. And so yeah, there's me. There's Tyler. This is an extra small.
Yeah.
So Tyler sized down too. Right, yeah, very compressive, but he looks comfortable. Though you can't tell. It's a secret.
Yeah.
It's the Kim Kardashian territory.
All right.
Gotta suck it in.
Okay.
All right, so let's try the other way and go to a large.
All right.
And God, I'm trying to find my armhole so I can get my shirt back on. I need assistance with this one-handed dressing. All right, done. I'm in the oversized. Let's see, what other questions we got here? Any chance Michael Gaze may return in loose tank form? Yeah, next year, definitely. I think like the tight tank was probably the wrong form for that one. So loose tank makes a lot of sense for that fabric. And Michael Gaze is great. All right, we got the large. I just saw the question. Here it is. So, they look so similar, all of them.
Yeah.
So this one, you don't really got a little bit of looseness.
I can feel the looseness in the back.
Yeah. But it's still like, sizing up. Yeah. I mean, I guess I got the XL, so you ain't trying that on. All right, other questions while you check out Tyler. Any more plans for more Apaperycotton next year? Yeah, no, I mean, Apaperycotton is great. There it is. It's a boxer short. Again, like, this is really for the boxer aficionados. I can't speak too deeply on it because I'm not a boxer aficionado, but Willie put a lot of effort into it. Fabric's amazing, and it should return next year because this stuff is really nice. All right, what else do we got? I think that's roll dyed. Yeah, these are already, people are, the tension, Injex Tensions are roll dyed. Already Olive Territory is the full color name. And yeah, I guess we saw these other questions. So that's it. They're going up in about 10 minutes. Sound dropped. We're going to enter and exit. So I guess there's some sound issues. Hopefully they're fixed. Enter and exit seems to be doing it. Okay. There's a question about Nyko Gaze and white. Nyko Gaze can be dyed white. Definitely, it will be pretty transparent. So I'm not gonna say we're gonna do it yet. We'll evaluate when we look at the order. But it's extremely light. It's a gauzy, right? The gaze comes from gauze. Right? It's a light gauzy fabric. We're gonna have to take judgment on whether at some, if it's really successful and we're doing tons of it, at some point we'll definitely do white. Whether we do it next year, I don't know. We got to take gauge, so to speak. We got the gauze, the gaze, and the gauge. We'll take, gauge the factors and decide if we want to do white with it or not. But again, it is, we had a sample in like sort of like a mid color, like a neutral, like probably around the 50% darkness space, right? But with some color in it. And it was getting pretty transparent already. So, and then that second, the bottom 50%, like the curve, like gets pretty dramatic in terms of like it's not a linear curve in terms of transparency. Like when you get lighter and lighter, like the transparency increases faster. So my guess is that the white in the Nyko Gaze is going to be too transparent for most uses, but I could be wrong. It's just, there's a lot we'll have to weigh when we do the orders. All right, what else do we got? White or gray Nyko Gaze, overkill. So I get, we're back in the black versus white. Mathematically, it does not matter, right? So the first thing and foremost, right? So black material, black surfaces absorb more heat than what they're really doing is turning color, right, into heat, right? Turning the light into heat, and absorbing a little bit of infrared too, right? So, the black is going to absorb more, right, than the white. On the outside of the fabric, right? So like if you've got a white towel and a black towel on the beach and you want to lie down on one of them and they've been out in the sun, like the black towel will be hotter, right? Because you're lying on the same side that the heat source is, right? But when you're wearing a fabric, like the heat is on one side and your body's on the other side, right? So you're not on the same side as the heat source, right? The fabric itself can conduct some heat through it, right? And Nyko or nylon in particular conducts a little more heat than say wool, right? So from that standpoint, that might be what you're feeling. Like the black nylon might be conducting more heat than a white nylon. But on the flip side, it's also, right, and the reason why we tend to go towards darker fabrics in the summer is, right, like when a light color is reflecting a lot of light, right? And so when you're talking about UV rays or infrared for that matter, right, or color that can be turned into infrared, some of it reflects back straight out at you, right, and that goes away from your body, right? But some of it, right, these fabrics have holes in them, right? If I turn the other way, should be able to, right? Fabrics, right, stuff gets through, right? And when you have a light fabric, it's going to hit at all different angles and it's going to bounce, and some of it will bounce away, but some of it will bounce in, right, through the holes. So when you have a light colored fabric, you're letting a lot more UV radiation and then pure color, infrared, all that through. And some of the pure color can get converted in infrared and turn into heat too. And you can also burn more, right, the UV rating, and that's measured, right? We straight up measure a lot of fabrics, and the dark colors have much better UV protection than the light fabrics. So it's really a change. So again, the I think that the question where I lost the question here, the overkill mesh is nylon, so that is going to conduct the heat faster, so the white might work more there, but you are going to get like a lower UV rating, more chance of a sunburn, more transparency. So and the transparency is a big thing on that fabric because it's really on the edge. So again, we'll have to take a look and see on that one. But you know, I don't think we're doing white overkill mesh. Little bigs, like odds of that working are very low. If we have the white fabric, we can test it. But that's going to be pretty damn transparent. For the tanks, we'll have to see. Have you found a fabric that fits in the nihilistic merino niche for overshirts and fabrics? We're working on it. Like, nothing's been like, boom, like I'm the answer, like shouting at us, but there's a lot of options and stuff, including the like iterations on the actual nihilistic itself. Like the mill is working on trying to improve that fabric. And then there's a lot of fabrics that are in the neighborhood, but not the same that we're looking at. Where can I find y'all NYC? Like on the internet, OUTLIER NYC. That's how you buy it. We're not in any stores, online direct only. That might change one day, but there's no plans to change it yet. So, I mean, we're around Williamsburg or whatever, but the products are all in a warehouse in New Jersey. So, if you want to buy them, you buy them online. That's how it works.
Same for us.
Yeah, no, I mean, when we want test products, like we're ordering stuff from New Jersey, you know, if you're in New York City, you get 1 day shipping ground. If you order by, we say 11, but I think usually if you can get in by 1 or whatever, like it'll show up the next day with the UPS ground shipping. All right, other questions? 3 minutes, this stuff should go live. So yeah. I think that's it. Anything else? This is it for new summer drops other than restocks. There's a couple like borderline. These are the last pure summery products. If I remember correctly, there's a couple others that are in that you know were planned for the summer that really like have a lot more fall use too, right? So we got track wheel still coming. And we got cannabis cotton, which is quite heavy, like heavier than we realized. I mean, we saw the number when we ordered it and whatever, and we had a little bit of samples, but like the heft of it is heavier. So we were thinking it's really more of like a fall fabric than a summer fabric. So we got those two things coming. And then, yeah, we're going to be shifting into the fall mode, getting into the fall. Like we got some... day dry is coming hopefully in a few weeks, fingers crossed. Day dry. What? Oh, Injex, yeah. I don't want, that one's just so abstract. We'll see if it shows up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a few like stragglers that aren't like, but these are the last like really like heavy summer centric, and they're not extraordinarily summer centric. I think the Injex Tensions really are probably the last truly summer centric, because Injex is really a summer pant fabric. Once it gets colder, it gets cold pretty quick as a pant. It's like wearing shorts. Cannabis cotton only in 107. I think it's only in the 107 right now. Yeah. I think it's only in the 107. And so, what else? I think that's it. Stuff should go live in a minute. Tyler's checking on the cannabis. Yeah, just the 107s. I think we were when we probably like had like it was, like the 2-pocket was on the map at some point, right? And then when we got the full fabric, we started to really like understand how much that it was heavier than we were kind of like had in our mental image. And so still working our way around that fabric. It's an interesting fabric. It's really nice, but it's definitely a little heavier. It's like when we ordered it, we were kind of thinking, oh, this is like the replacement for the Rami Fall, right? Which was the fuzzy warm Rami, right? But, and I think if I remember from memory, the Rami Fall was 240 GSM and the cannabis cotton is 300 GSM. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's what is that, 25% heavier, right? So it's quite a bit, and it doesn't have the same fuzziness. The dynamics are different. It has a little bit of elastane in it. The dynamics are different. So I don't know. It's an interesting fabric. We're going to learn a lot about it. It's coming hopefully in a few weeks. Cotton Swill getting some more releases this year. Yes and no. There's absolutely no more Cotton Swill, but the same fabric will exist. They're just renaming it. We realized, right, we have Cotton Swill, we had Cotton Down, and we had Cotton Flannel, and it was all getting really fucking confusing. So we're renaming them. We're putting the adjectives first, except for the Cotton Flannel. Cotton Flannel got in first. It's going to stay the Cotton Flannel, but Cotton Swill is now a deep cotton, and Cotton Down is now just a down with modifiers. So name changes coming up, but it is the same fabric, and we have a whole bunch of it planned in some really juicy effects. All right, so these things should be live.
Some of them are live. I don't know why they're not all live.
Some of them are live. We're working on it.
It's just the boxer shorts.
The boxer shorts are slightly delayed, but they're coming. And so that's it. I think we're in. Summer is peaking. It's hot as balls out there. Stay cool. Get yourself some Injex Tensions. They'll help. Or some dark flows. There's still plenty of dark flows available. They're amazing in this temperature. We'll be shifting. You know, again, there's some like stuff that was planned for the spring summer, but that has like a little like more shoulder season into full fall stuff coming, and then the fall is on the way. So let's get to it. And on that note, I'm out. Peace.